Welcome to our weekly meeting for Rotary Earth Network Club featuring our Earth Talks. And we want to thank all of our members, our associates, our donors, and all our volunteers. And if you would like to consider joining us, we would love to have you on board, but you're always welcome to come regardless of any connection, any status or anything with us. We do ask that you please mute your audio when you're not speaking and feel free to turn off your camera to reduce our carbon footprint. You can turn it on again when we get to the Q&A and then we can see you. Also, our recordings and our resources are going to be available on the Earth Talks Foundation website. And I need to update that line to show that we do have an Earth Network Rotary website also. And we're going to put those in the chat. And Jody's going to put those in the chat for this meeting. And then also, we just want to remind everybody, speaker views are their own. And then we do have some features are limited for safety. So we need you to contact a host if you need help. We were Zoom bombed once and we just don't want to be Zoom bombed again. So, all right, let's see. Whoops. Okay. So Lori, do you want to do this with me or does Bertel want to do this with me? One of you?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So
Okay, you start us off.
our rotary four-way test of the things that we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth?
Is the environmental information accurate, science-based, and transparent?
Second, is it fair to all concerned?
Does it protect people, ecosystems, and future generations?
Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Does it encourage collaboration, shared responsibility, and community trust?
And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Does it improve environmental health, human well-being, and long-term sustainability?
Thank you. And go ahead with this, Lauren.
Yeah, so we welcome people from everywhere. I mean, the more languages we all speak as our home native languages, the better. So, go to your phone, the bottom part where it goes to your settings or to your laptop, wherever it is. You can press closed captions, speaking language, and choose the language that you feel most comfortable with. And those will come up in the bottom. And we're looking on some I'm so excited. I just attended a meeting where we were all bilingual, and I know there's a way we can make this so that we can all be speaking in different languages and see the captions on the bottom to understand each other. It's really exciting. So we're going to be working on that.
Yeah, we are working on that. We definitely, network is in our name, and that's what we really like to do. And on that, saying that, yeah, that four-way test, David, I know. We found it and then we didn't see where we found it from. So we always put that disclaimer because a lot of people want to use it. So if you guys find the original source of that, please, please, please pass it on to us again. So yes, thank you for being here. Let's see, I want to get out of this. Let's see, we do have a wonderful project teaser today. So I'm going to invite Nitya to go ahead and share his screen.
And where's Nitya from?
Let's see, from India.
And how old is he?
11th grade. So let's see, let me get you. See, can I spotlight you? I can't spotlight you without the.
Yeah, Nitya, can you turn your camera on?
Uh, just a second. Let me see if it is possible while I'm still sharing my screen. Just give
Okay.
me
Oh,
a minute.
okay. Never mind. Never
Did
mind.
that share? Did I? Yep, there you go.
There we go.
Is my screen visible?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Looks good.
Okay. So, most businesses today's world follow a linear system. They will take raw materials, they'll make products, and they throw the waste away. So here the problem is not that the businesses don't care about sustainability at all, but the real problem is that they don't know exactly how to change their processes and what processes to change. Another problem is that they believe that the upfront costs of investing in greener technology are too high, and that the real ROI starts emerging from 10 to 15 years down the line. But that is a very, very restriction applied to the entire thing, because that's not true for all greener technologies as well. So there are three main issues here. First is that industrial processes are very complex, so it's inherently harder to understand where waste is occurring or where inefficiencies lie. Second, circular solutions are dependent on location, the geography, the regulatory compliances, the resource change needed, and thus they are very, very specific. And third, current audits are very slow, manual, and are rapidly becoming outdated, especially the entire greener technology world is constantly being exposed to new and new technologies. So, the solution to this was CircuLogic, which is basically an AI environmental auditor for a business. So businesses can build their processes using simple blocks, which they can drag and drop on a canvas, and they can alter the parameters or even create custom blocks based on their processes. Then they can connect these blocks to establish a linkage and staged processes, and also this will be used to represent how the system actually works. Once the system is built, CircuLogic will analyze it. It will find where waste can be reduced, where materials can be reused, and where there can be an overall improvement in efficiency. And it will use a large language model to provide recommendations based on the company's location, so that everything is in accordance to the local or regional guidelines, especially because if you look at the country of India, every state has its own regulatory compliance. More than that, every district has its own regional guidelines, and there are high penalties for that as well. So this takes that into account. So this is a slight intro to what the user interface looks like. So like blocks are sorted by categories, and then they can be drag and dropped onto the canvas. And then the final AI powered audit that it gets, it has multiple stages. So first is the inefficiencies section, where it will show what are the actual inefficiencies and what will be the positive side if these inefficiencies are sorted on. And then there will be the regulatory compliance section, and overall it will end with a complete scoring of where that business stands. As I mentioned earlier, that the entire circular economy technology implementation is a highly regional where ball game, and thus it is very, very crucial to ensure that everything is specific to a region, because the operating conditions of a country in Europe are not the same as the operating conditions for a country in Africa. So as I said before, this the technical stack is made to be very, very simple, so any business can use it at any point of time. And I already have like 200 businesses registered in our state, and I'm looking to expand it towards the whole of India as well. um
I am blown away with you, Nitya.
Wow.
So Nitya, to say again, Nitya is in 11th grade. Um, I think if you can share your email. As far as Rotary International, he's still minor for us. But if you can share your email, I think there's a lot of people on here who would be very interested in chatting more with you. Both of the Benders, I imagine, and some other people too. Yes, thank you so much, Nitya, for being here and for
yes.
doing that presentation. Um, yes, and we will have questions for him. If he said he could stay till after we're done. So if you have questions, let's address them after this meeting. But yes, I think this is a real up and coming young person. So anyway, thank you. That is Project Teaser. We do want to get some more Project Teasers. I'm gonna, Lori, I do not have the
The
link for
teaser
the
form?
Yeah, the teaser
Yeah. Yeah.
form.
You know what? If you give me just a second,
Okay, if you
I
can put
will
that
put
in, that
that
would be
in the
great. I
chat.
totally had
Yeah.
forgotten. So, um, anyway. Oh, you do have that in there too. Oh my gosh, you're so good. All right. So next we would like to go on to our speakers. So this week, we have some wonderful speakers. We had an amazing experience, environmental experience, and Steve and Lori are here in person to talk about it, give you their thoughts about it. And then also we have Anissa, who is our treasurer. Anissa and her husband were there with their business, Reroute business, and we have videos from them. She is normally here at the meetings, and she was very apologetic, but she did put together a meeting for us, a 5 minute recap, her and her husband. So, how would you like to start, Lori? Do you want to kick this off? And
Yeah, because I want someone really good like Steve to end it up because Steve, I'm going to miss a lot of stuff. And Natalia's here. Natalia, hugs.
oh, Natalia's here. Nice.
Hi, how are you? Sorry I'm late. I'm
Oh
at
Oh,
the airport.
no.
oh my
Oh,
gosh,
you
thank you.
are. Oh my gosh. So, guys, I put this together really quickly. Thank goodness for Natalia and the whole team who had pictures so I could throw them in. And I know I've missed a lot of stuff. So please, help out. So do you want me to start off, Karen? All righty, let
Yes,
me
please.
do a share screen. Hold on.
If we want a spotlight, we can, Lori. What do you think? Do we spotlight speakers or no?
Nah,
Okay,
nah.
we'll drop that today.
Okay, I'm just looking for my share. There we go. Share. Okay, so let me take a moment, get this up, and where's my share? Hold on just a second. Hold on, guys. Slideshow from beginning. All right, here we go. The biggest challenge for humanity and the planet is humanity's ability to connect, to get along peacefully with each other and all other human things and systems in our planet. So, Steve Bender brought together a team of people who are working to make this happen at EarthX through the Environmental Experience. So, I'd like to introduce you to just a few of them. Um, so, let's start off with Danny Ho and Ophelia Yen, and I'm missing their other teammate from Singapore, who are co founders and CEOs of ArcMat, which builds climate readiness operating systems for the built environment that helps industries track and reduce carbon impact, turning construction and design into measurable, scalable solutions. And I am so excited because their company is designing electric charging stations so that electric charging stations will be more common than gas stations. Yes. Annie Wang, where is she? There she is. Annie Wang is from London. She's a social and environmental impact professional driving sustainable strategy and community engagement. She works across sectors to design partnerships and initiatives that strengthen communities, advance sustainability practices, and turn complex environmental social challenges into actionable, people centered solutions. These guys have been working with Steve for, I don't know, years more. Anyway, and also, I kind of tried to put their, I hope this isn't showing there. I kind of tried to put their pictures around where they'd be, like behind in this picture of the planet or around the planet, but kind of get sort of close so you can see there. His team is from all over the planet. Yane, let me get my. It's not. Hold on, just a second. There we go. All right. Where am I? Janne is from Helsinki, and he's the founder and CEO of Bcaster, which uses AI sources to authenticate user-generated content responsibility, and he champions ethical digital ecosystems that reduce wasteful content production and promote sustainability. He and his partner handled all 8 of our stages. We had 8 stages, and he handled all of the AV and making sure that we were using original content. Amazing, miracle worker. Noah Grossman. Oh, guys, if you are an associate member or a member of our club, you've got to give a big hand of applause here because Noah, he's from New York, he's going to join our club. Yes, when he finishes his work, and you're just going to love him. He attends Columbia University, is a sustainable solutions associate with the U.S. Green Chamber of Commerce, which Steve Bender is the president of, which advances sustainable business practice, and he supports initiatives that helps company reduce their impact, adapt responsible operations, and drive climate conscious economic growth. Kathleen DeAngio from Los Angeles metropolitan area is a strategic AI consultant at HP, driving AI powered solutions that reduce environmental impact and accelerate sustainable climate focused businesses. And so that I don't forget, guys, you have to go to the website and or go to that on LinkedIn and see the links to their talks and to the stages that they coordinate. Many of you know Angela Timbrook from Jacksonville, Florida. She's the executive director for the Center of Sustainable Agriculture Excellence and Conservation, advancing regenerative agriculture, and she leads climate smart systems that drastically reduce water use and boost productivity and scale resistant, sustainable food production systems. And she had a whole stage. She was just incredible. And Natalia's with us. Oh my gosh, she was like the glue that held us all together. She's from Mexico City. She's a sustainable strategist, specializing in circular economy systems and systems thinking. And she helps organizations transform complex challenges into actionable strategies, advancing resilient, regenerative business models, driving climate focused change through effective communication, collaboration, and measurable impact. And you've got to just like walk around her for a little bit and see how she does things, and you will learn so much about how to make your life more efficient. Absolutely love her. Don Bender, another one that you just love from Newport Beach. He's the president of CF Bender Company, where he supports sustainable business practices and doing global initiatives like Democracy in the Box. Oh my gosh, great presentations. Got to see those. He promotes leadership, community resilience, and collaborative solutions that contribute to long term environmental, sociological sustainability. And not shown here is Anissa and JC Santini, our club treasurer. You're going to hear more from them. They are fantastic. And you all know Joshua Suspedis, who's our translator. He's on our operations team. He's designing Skybridge's map. He serves, okay, so he's from the Cartagua, Costa Rica. He's a political science major. He's just finishing up the last bit of that. He's a Rotaract leader, and he is the co-leader of Rotary District 4240's Green Team. So they're like in 3 different countries in Central America. Um, and they advance sustainability and community driven solutions. We need to partner with them. And we are. That's their district is amazing. And you all know Tayson Connors, our club secretary and operations team manager. She and Liz and Joshua help staff our little club's booth at this huge event. She's volunteered for Rotary for, I think it's 4 years now. She's just graduating, um, like uh, um, like Joshua. She is in UX design and leverages her Korean and Japanese language skills to promote sustainable branding and responsible environmental behavior, and has helped us so much on our branding. Liz Alexander is from Idaho. She's the president of the Napa Rotary Club and co-chairman of District 5400's Environmental Stewardship Team, leading youth and community initiatives that advance environmental awareness. Oh, Wade Normanda from uh, Calpinteria, California, is the owner of his landscaping business. He's a Rotary leader. He served as the global chair of the Rotary Foundation cadre for water, sanitation, and hygiene, advancing sustainable and resilient community systems. He has a book out. I've just started reading it. It it is so inspirational, and it's just so good to get to know him. do look up his book and get it on YouTube. It's on Amazon or wherever you get your books. And the other one who has a book out, one of our favorite leaders of all time, is Barry Rassin from the Bahamas, the Rotary Foundation chair and former Rotary President International. And he leads initiatives like Hand Wash, advancing clean water, sanitation, resilient health systems, and so on. And what a love. Okay, so those are just a few, and I know I missed people of the people who Steve gathered to lead this event. Our vision is a planet where solutions rise above the obstacles, where every builder, every innovator, and every citizen has access to the knowledge, tools, and technologies that reshape the world. Our mission is to ignite a global movement by showcasing and curating the most powerful climate solutions and products on Earth. And we tackled this by curating 8 stages or experiences to immerse our audience, including the Rotary experiences, which was the main stage. We had the investor experience, which Noah led, build, carbon, energy, oceans, planting hope and stewardship, and women of impact. So there were talks going on, presentations at all of these stages where everyone was networking simultaneously and immersing themselves in a vision of the world that we want to create. Okay, so we planned for up to 10,000 visitors a day. But that's not exactly what happened due to a lot of different circumstances outside of our control completely. But with a team like the one Steve brought together, we were able to pivot. And in my view, something even better happened. Instead of just collecting signups and going home, and we showed up for each other. We all came to each other's presentations. We got friends. We to come to these presentations and to the different activities. And we collaborated closely together. We supported each other. This is a panel that flew in from the Ukraine. They were a day late. We were 2 days late. We had to shuffle around, but everybody stepped in together. And if you can watch their recording, it was great because we learned how war and the environment, they work together for the worst or for the best, and how we need to make peace. We need to make peace. And not shown here is we also had an MOU signing, and Steve can talk about that as well. We built deeper, more meaningful connections, and if everything had gone as planned, our Rotary Earth Network team would have gathered connections, followed up, and that would have been the end of the story. But it didn't end there. We built deeper, more meaningful connections. Then in the center are the young ladies who are in their 20s, one's a teenager, and they've spoken, or 2 of them have spoken on the TED stage. They composed a panel on AI sustainable nanotechnology and how that fits into the environment. Designing the future responsibly brings together perspectives on how emerging technologies are shaped in real time. And there are presentations like this throughout the 3 days. If everything had gone as planned, I already said that. So this is Anissa and JC Santini. You know, Anissa's our treasurer. They have a nonprofit called Reroot, where they remake textiles in Uganda. And they gave one of their products to Steve at the end of the presentation. And everybody got up. They had handwritten something that was wonderful that happened about this conference and how Steve had been a part of it. And we gave that to him, kind of stuffed his bags. So we built lasting friendships across borders and cultures. At the beginning, I said the greatest challenge for humanity and our planet is our ability to connect. But because things didn't go as planned, We were given a chance to really, truly do that. We live the Environmental Experience's vision, where solutions rise above obstacles. And now that we're home, we're carrying that mission forward to ignite a global movement. For Earth Talks, that means staying true to our purpose to connect people, purpose, and planet, and transform learning into action that protects our air, water, land, and energy. And now let me get out of here. Stop share. And thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you, thank you.
I didn't stop
And I
share, did I? I tried to
no,
stop share.
but that's okay. That yeah, that was excellent, Lori. And I know Steve will be able to use this recording and use your recording for a lot of things. So that was fantastic. Just excellent. All right, Steve, do you want to go or do you want us to do Anissa first? Put on
You know
Anissa.
what? Go for Anissa. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
It was such a pleasure meeting those guys. That's
Hey
Yeah,
everybody,
whoops, whoops,
my name is
whoops.
Anissa.
Sorry. Let me do a screen share. Hopefully I can screen share this all right.
You know, guys, while she's finding it, I just have to describe, we've got our screens, our two panels, and we've got all these different controls that we're watching simultaneously. And it's really hard to find where's the panel for this? Where's the control for that so that we can do it? So, I mean, you guys have run Zoom meetings. You know how challenging that can be.
All right. Is that visible?
yes.
All right. Sweet.
Hey everybody, my name is Anissa. This is my husband JC. We are here to tell you a little bit about what we did this past week at the Environmental Xperience at EarthX. By the time you're watching it, it'll be, I guess, about 2 weeks out from the conference, but it was a really, really awesome time for our nonprofit, the Reroute Collaborative, to showcase a bit of what we're doing. So we are at a recycling conference, textile recycling conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, and so we're unable to make it to this meeting. Wanted to record a quick video to tell you a little bit about it. So the Reroute Collaborative, we are a nonprofit organization. We just launched in Kumasi, Ghana in West Africa in January of this year, doing some textile recycling, upcycling work, community engagement, education, and then working to repurpose and clean up some informal dump sites there as well. So we were super excited to get out to this conference, and JC's going to tell you a little bit about what we did.
Yeah, so we had a whole booth set up there, and big thanks to Steve Bender and Lori and the team just being such great supports for us there, and allowing us to use the space, and being in a young stage as a nonprofit. It's a blessing to be given that type of opportunity, and we had a lot of fun. We met a lot of great people, and had some volunteers come from the Dallas area, which was really cool, to just display some of the upcycling that can be done with textile waste. And that's sort of similar work that we're doing in Ghana to assist with some of the waste crisis that's facing the country. A lot of the textiles coming from the US, Europe, and Asian countries, hoping to be sold there, but a lot of it ends up as waste. And so upcycling is a way that we can show and create value out of that waste in Ghana. And then we had our photo booth set up, which was super fun. A lot of people participated and enjoyed holding up some fun signs and taking some fun photos with that, and so that was pretty fun to see. And then the last thing we showed was a short documentary that we made from our time there, learning about 3 different stories of local people experiencing local issues, and things that we're hoping to assist with in our work there. So if you'd like to check that out, we'd love for you to take about 7-8 minutes to watch it and learn more about the work that we're doing. So
Yeah, we also had a textile waste backdrop that we had up pretty big. It was about 12 by 8 feet, something massive like that. That was really amazing. work that came together from different seamstresses in the Sacramento, California area, and then the Austin, Texas area that had fabric scraps left over, old clothes. They cut them up, stitched them together into 1 by 1 foot squares, and then an organization called That's So Austin, really amazing organization in the Austin area, took all of those squares, pieced them together amongst some old sheets that we had found at thrift store secondhand, and made this really beautiful backdrop to show kind of what you can do with textile waste instead of donating or discarding it, and what can be done when we come together to collaborate and think creatively about how we can resolve some waste challenges. So so we will send some links and some information about kind of what we did, and show some photos to you all to hopefully give you a picture of what we were up to there. But overall, it was a really amazing experience to be able to speak about our work, to be able to watch the speeches of others and engage with different like-minded people that are really passionate about the environment and about kind of creating a better world together, a better future. So thank you again, Steve, Lori, everyone else who helped make this conference a reality for us and for everyone else that had joined. And if any of you would like to chat more with us about our experience at the conference or about the Reroute Collaborative, please reach out to me via email, or I'll be on all the subsequent calls. It just so happened that we missed out on this one. So thank you all. We will hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you guys for your support. It was super great meeting a lot of the Rotarians at the event as well. Very cool to see the community that's been built over the generations that have joined this group. So I'm glad that we can be a part of this, and would love for y'all to reach out and connect and learn more about what we're doing. So thank you.
Thank you, thank you. He's a Rotarian by association, but maybe someday.
When we get to Reno.
When we move out to Reno, we'll get there in person so we can all hop on the Rotary train. So thank you all. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
Bye.
They were such a pleasure to work with. We really want to get behind them. Yeah. Karen, you're muted.
I know, I just realized that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, they were wonderful. And we'll put that, we could share that. We'll probably share that video recording too. Steve, go ahead. Why don't you wrap us up?
How many hours do I have to thank everybody?
Yeah, 11:36.
How many hours do we have to thank you?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys were just so amazing. You had me in tears. It was like the most amazing 3 days. And as I said before that, I said this is broken down to 3 sections: the time leading up to EarthX, the time at EarthX, and then what we do at EarthX to move forward to the next year. And it was just amazing how we kind of came together prior to set up our meetings, and then the meetings we set up. And then now my emails are exploding with ideas and people and connections. I could spend the next 20 minutes just talking about the emails I've received since the event, of people wanting to partner and more about Rotary, et cetera, et cetera. But I have a list of like 30 things. I'm just going to go down. I'm going to miss some stuff, but then I'm going to welcome, Don or Natalia or anybody else to fill in the blanks of what I've missed, because I just started my notes. So I have we launched a Million Drops organization. His Excellency Keith, the ambassador from Sri Lanka to Qatar, and we made a pact to join forces where East meets West. I will be working on water programs in the Americas and Africa, and he will be focusing on water programs in Asia. We'll be sharing all our numbers, all of our success stories, and we've already realized we should have called it 10 million, because I think we'll be at 1.5 million in the next few months. But better to exceed our goals than to fall short. So that was a great thing. We dedicated a forest in Finland, a Trammell S. Crow. So Trammell Crow was the founder of EarthX, and he's the real deal. He he has been, living the environmental life for as long as I've known him, and a lot longer. So one of the things, and the fact he does so much for the planet, we decided to dedicate a forest to him every year, to his name. So this year we dedicated one in Finland up by the Arctic Circle. On August 6th, we're going to break ground on a 2 acre rare tree forest in Panama. We had the climate czar from Panama here, and he's going to help us get there's about three really, really rare trees that are only available, only can get seeds from the botanical gardens in Panama City. But we have a list of about 25 rare trees we're going to plant on over 2 acres and dedicate that. We're going to break ground in August and dedicate it in 2027. Then in this year, we're going to use plastics boards that we've made from the Tijuana River to help make a nursery in Mexico where the monarchs hibernate. And so we're going to do seedlings. Then we will grow deciduous, pine, and fir. They need all three types of trees to cool the air going up the thing. So we're going to start a forest there. We'll dedicate that to him in 2028. So we've got 3 years now, and then we're also going to dedicate the next Rotary Reef program, the 2.0, that we're going to set in August to him as well. And it'll be 28 round rotary wheels with an X in the center with 7 spokes for areas of focus. So it'll represent Rotary's partnership with EarthX. So I think that's a great thing moving forward. Um, the lithium programs we started several years ago are now really, really taking effect. We had Andrew from Junk Luggers there, Alan from Preston Hollow Rotary Club. So we had a great debate by Braver Angels. Um, we had a presentation on nuclear war. We had a competition on tiny homes with the grand champion being there, which was an amazing, amazing house from manufactured homes in Nevada, Texas. Let's see. We had an MOU signed with the between the U.S. Green Chamber of Commerce and the Asia Texas Chamber. And that was the first of, I hope, many. What we're going to try to do is sign 10 of those before next year with different chambers in Texas. Um, we had a great organization Rotarians Vermont show up that takes at-risk students from Vermont to the Bahamas. So Barry Rassin was very anxious about getting them a global grant, and we're going to work on that as well. Um, I have list and list and list. I could thank people forever. Specifically, the two districts, Mike Weaver and Alan McReynolds, they really, really put a lot of effort. Again, we were hoping for more people. We had a war to deal with, which dropped about 25% attendance to every event, green event on Earth Day. So, but also with the war going on, it also inhibited a lot of our friends from Asia and Europe from coming over. The price of airline tickets, and it's just they see a different news over there. They think everything is a lot worse here than it is. Not that it, anyway, we'll leave it at that. But so many programs to follow up on, and great, great things. And this was just a first year, and it's funny, like I say, we spent every day together for an hour for like the last several weeks. And I woke up this morning missing all of you guys. I really did. It's just we have such a great team, and I think we should just keep doing this. We're already planning for next year, and we've learned some things. We would have liked to have gotten better um, participation from the local Rotary clubs. And so I've been speaking with Trammell Crow, and what we're going to do is we're going to start like in the next month, having the incoming presidents over for a dinner party and strategy, and where we invite 12 presidents at a time to come and talk about different programs and say, how can we help you? And what are we going to do next year to get more people at the Rotary Experience? And some people had said it might behoove us to do a Saturday event at maybe a community center. And so we might do something the week before that, leading up to it, for some people, which would promote the event. So we also think 8 stages was a lot. Oh my gosh, everybody involved, we were running around. We might just do four better, and then not do eight. But a lot of good has come from it. We've learned so much. We have a new love affair with Loving Hut. They came in with a group and they provided complimentary vegan appetizers for all the events and after parties, and they were amazing. I could definitely live on in their restaurants for the rest of my life. So, and they want to do more with us. So, one thing I'd like to do is talk people, take the EarthX or take the Rotary Experience on the road. Maybe we could do, the Los Altos program is amazing. Maybe we could replicate the Los Altos program, in all four corners, or, maybe 6 times next year in different areas, Pacific North, Pacific, or, the four corners of the world, or the four corners of the United States. Whoever would want to do it, and I'd be happy to help, and then make that a big deal, and have it on Earth Talks, and this was also live streamed, which was really amazing. This was people were watching this all over the world. So I've just got nothing but I'm still euphoric from all the wonderful friendships and relationships and projects. And there's more. I'm sure I'm missing 50% of the stuff that happened there. So thank you again. And maybe somebody else who was there might want to chime in. Natalia, you still here? She might have jumped on a plane. I do want to introduce everybody to Natalia. She
It was
is our newest Rotary member, and she will be taking over kind of as a chief of staff for me on all these projects because I'm getting old and forgetful. Um, so she will be her first thing is she's working on the kind of the follow up and the end of show and the reports and stuff this week. But then we're going to start really heavy next week on the Rotary Reef programs. And so she's going to grow that. We met with the Prime Minister of Tonga. He wants to do one there. We're going to do something in the Galapagos. We're going to do something heavy in Panama in August. Then we're going to turn that program over to the Rotary Club of Bocas del Toro to manage while we move the program to the next location. So the Galapagos and Tonga, and I think some locations in Mexico. So, and again, thanks everybody so much, and I'll leave it. I'll let someone else talk.
I
Yeah,
think Natalia's there.
Okay, good. Yeah. Go ahead, Natalia.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, perfect.
You're muted, Natalia.
Yep.
Oh my God.
There you
There
are.
you go. Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. It was that the event was so successful. I'm really hopeful for next. It was so great to see so many countries from Asia, Finland, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Canada. It was amazing for these. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with everybody, and thank you.
You're breaking up a little, Natalia. Did we lose you?
Natalia's on her way to San Carlos to finish her dive lessons so she can be certified, so she can be diving the reefs and photographing people in August.
Nice.
So maybe we go with someone else. Anyone else? Hey, Don, are you still here? Do you want to talk about I don't see him. No. I was
Hi,
gonna say,
yes,
There he is.
the Braver Angels debate was amazing. Do you want to do an elevator pitch on that?
sure, be glad to.
I learned so
Um,
much.
this is something we had been working on for some time, and it was just Steve and I talk a lot of times. Sometimes our most favorite word is serendipity, which means chance favors the prepared mind. And we just lucked out that Braver Angels had planned a debate on the EarthX side, and we asked if they were bringing in the debate moderator, and we asked if we could do a piggyback debate, a community debate, which included everyone and was much more inclusive. And a series of unfortunate events made it so that the EarthX side couldn't do there. So we actually did two Braver Angels debates, and they exceeded our expectations. The first one was on that climate solutions needed to come from the community, not the government. That was a very great debate. And then the other one was on nuclear power. And if you've never done a Braver Angels program or a Braver Angels debate, I highly recommend it. They're conducting them almost weekly. The group from North Texas was amazing. They came in, and then a number of folks who were presenters, speakers, participated in the debate. And I was just amazed. The people who started out at the farthest ends, by the time the debate was over, were talking to each other and exchanging information. So the whole point behind Braver Angels is to get people who are at opposite ends of any issue talking with civility and building their civic muscle. And so then we were also very lucky that we had Barry Rassin had a fireside chat with Mari Giles, the CEO of Braver Angels, and they agreed that at the national and international level, Braver Angels and Rotary will partner more in the future. What I didn't want to tell them, Steve and I talk about this all the time. As we know, Rotary is a ground up organization, and we've been doing Braver Angels partnerships at the club and district level since 2018. So it was a huge success, and everything that we did, every program that we had, reinforced what we have thought, that civic engagement and civil discussion is a cornerstone in any environmental action. So that's about. I like Steve. I could go on for hours too, but that was one of the real high points.
Civil discourse. Oh man, I long for it. We get it here, which is why I so enjoy this. All you folks.
There was another really good presentation we had on nuclear war, and that had a lot of people. It woke up a lot of people, and I saw grown men crying. It was very, very effective. So anyway, just can't thank everybody enough.
Steve, I'll jump in a little bit and add to what Ira Helfand did.
Yeah.
Those of you who are not familiar with his work, he works on the abolition of nuclear weapons. So we didn't talk so much about the war, but about the environmental damage to everything living in places where the testing happens and where the storage happens, and those silos are leaking now. The ground is poisoned, the water's poisoned, and people are very, very sick. And it doesn't, without imploding them, you don't have damage in the air yet that we know of, but we've got a mess, and we've got to keep talking. It is a difficult topic in Rotary, but there is nothing in the Rotary system that would prevent us from educating people and doing the kind of Braver Angels model, which is pretty much what Ira did and does. It's pretty level-headed. He does take the last few minutes to plead with people not to forget and to go home and do something. But other than that, we can all do the education part, and then we can leave it to individual Rotarians to take action. Thanks very much, and thanks for the opportunity, Steve. We really appreciated being there.
Yeah, and Francis, that is one of those ones. A lot of times, a lot of the people we had were non-Rotarians.
Hmm.
And so I've offered this to a couple of them, the Water for West Africa, the Give Power things that I said our club will offer a limited amount of 6 month scholarship membership tutorials to new nonprofits. And what we thought we would do is we would mentor them on rotarizing their presentations, et cetera, et cetera. And so
Right.
this might be a great tool. We did this before, Don and I did this before with a group where we basically took their 15-minute presentation and we rotarized it. You know,
Exactly.
you include quotes from the four-way test, you know, is it fair to all concerned? And help them kind of mentor them. And so what
Hmm.
our goal is to do is I'm going to take like 3 or 4 nonprofits. We're going to let them be members for 6 months on my
Hmm.
dime. Then in 6 months, so it's from July to December 31st, we can mentor them and help them create
Okay.
presentations, set up presentations for them. At the end of that 6 months, they can decide if we were if we were worth it, you know.
Right.
And then in that case, they can then become full-time, you know, then they take over their dues and we you know we've either helped them or we haven't. But
Exactly.
I'm sure after 6 months nobody will leave. So not,
Great.
yeah.
Well, I'd be happy to share presentations I've made in clubs and even at the UN,
Yeah.
if that'll be helpful to other groups in rotarizing things.
Yeah, but what
Thanks.
might be nice is we use the power of Earth Talks and my
Yep.
club and your stuff and say, hey, let's try to come up with presentations that the clubs can use Zoom recordings, things like that, where I when I was president of my first club, people would show up and or people wouldn't show up and I'd need to have something to show them in case the speaker didn't show up. Wouldn't it be nice to have some presentations like the nuclear, anything that people can just have in their quiver? They can say, hey, the speaker didn't show up, let's show this, and it's all done. So that's kind of my goal. Lori, I see your hand up.
I know, I was going to say, go ahead, Lori.
Well,
Thank you.
as you say that, we were working this morning, Karen and I, on how to do partnerships in our club. So I'm just saying, our club's probably going to want to partner with you. And there's not just presentations, but for example, in our district, there is a club that specializes in uh, helping entrepreneurs through Rotary uh, get loans to jumpstart their business.
Oh, wow.
And they're Rotary loans, Rotary Club loans, like 500 to 1,000, but sometimes that's all an entrepreneur needs. So if we partner the three of our clubs, because then what they do run a program called, which we're going to do in September, October, um, called Shark Pond. Sounds terribly violent, but anyway, and where it's like two entrepreneurs pitch their business to a Rotary Club, and then the Rotary Club chooses one. Normally, the Rotary Club takes both of them because they're excellent.
They
But
are.
this club in Idaho partners with clubs and others in Kenya, Uganda. Let me look at my map. Kenya, Uganda, uh, Tanzania, several other countries. Um, and so I think between what your club is doing on presentations and what theirs is doing on training entrepreneurs, and what we're doing was getting that out to broadcast it to other Rotary clubs, this would make a wonderful partnership.
Lori, that's a great idea. And I'd love, let's find 12 clubs to put in 1,000 first. I'll be the first club. I'll donate 1,000. And then if we could do 12 clubs and then we do one of those once a month and then both people could win, I'm not saying, but I think that's a great idea where they might not know both of them win and then they do. Or whatever. But I mean, $12,000 spread out amongst 12 clubs, the
Yes.
good we could do, and then we could track that impact over the years
Yes.
and see, because again, if we see that over 50% of the clubs are doing something good with them, then we could take that to other Rotary clubs and go be part of this. Would you be, would you be into our 24 for next year and our 36 for the third year? Just keep growing it. And then, yeah, I love that idea.
And what a wonderful stage for environmental experience. And as
Yeah.
you take it on the road,
Yeah. That would be
we
great.
all, we say, there would be no war. There would be global peace and harmony in the environment if we just worked like we're working right now.
Hmm.
Yep.
Go,
Yep.
Steve.
Yes, go Steve and Lori and everyone. Now, Jody, go ahead. I know you're chomping at the bit to get um, this up for these guys. Nitya, Nitya had to leave. Nitya, yeah, I had to leave. But anyway, we can have some other questions about environment. This too. Go ahead. We can see you, Jody.
Yeah,
Looks good.
thank you. Thank you so much. I think excellent, excellent work is going on around the environment. Thank you so much, Steve, Laurie, NSA, and whole the team of overall environment related work. This is our certificate in recognition of your generous contribution as a guest speaker at Earth Talks, a weekly global dialogue hosted by Rotary Earth Network Club. Dear Laurie, NASA, and Stu Bender, this is excellently, and we all are so much inspired. And I think you people have not only attended, but you have taken us together who are actually offline. But we also feel that we are there and we are also somewhere, participating in this. And we will definitely do the things, whatever you are planning, our contribution will be there definitely, not this year, but all the time. And we sincerely appreciate your contributions. So let us go ahead with our next presentation for this Earth Talk. Again, another beautiful session and inspiring session by Dr. Anshu Chandra, I know her very well. She is doing an excellent job. And we will see you at the same day, same time, and link will be shared. I'm going to share the link in the chat. And I'm going to share the certificate with Laurie, Steve, and NASA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jody. Thank you, thank you. All right. We should wrap it up for the recording, probably, Lori. Should be the end of the meeting. And then if anybody wants to stay on and chat some more later, keep going. We can definitely stay on. Those of us that can stay on. Dinesh, thank you. Yep, it